coming soon, so DM me at poet_RS. And yeah, tell me what you think. This one's called Gerard, named after a friend of mine. Picture your life as a tree, a fully formed tree, as you stand bold, battling against the elements, the wind, unpredictable as it tries to sway you from all kind of direction. The double-headed nature of the rain that can keep you submerged and nourish you. The dynamism of the snow that takes pride in seeing you cold and hopeless, and the sun that nurtures you when it needs to, and destroys you when it has to. But let me remind you that your life is like a tree. As you stand firm amongst others of your kind, you will find that people will be your leaves. They will make you feel pretty and eloquent as you stand firm in the sun, but during the hardest of those times, like a leaf, they will fall. Don't feel hard done by, because that's the nature of a leaf. Take comfort in the fact that through this hardship, you are like a tree still standing firm. As you stand firm amongst others of your kind, you will find that people will be your branches. On the outside, they camouflage with your character, but inside, they're brittle. They sway with the nature not to oppose its stance. The truth is these branches need you. Without you, they fall. They don't have no support. Because not every branch will stand with you in the depths of time. So come to the fact that you need them. Because those that will fall were not meant to be part of your whole life's growth. Take comfort in the fact that through your growth, the realization that everyone you have around you isn't supposed to be with you from the beginning to the end. As you stand firm amongst others of your kind, you will find that a small handful of people will be your roots. Those are the people that show you the true meaning of the word support. They don't need to be seen by others, but their work that aids and guides you in your growth is unmeasured. Absorbing those conditions to give you strength in hardship and steadiness in your blessings. They will allow you to stand strong in order to reach your full life's potential. Thank you very much.
Yay! Clap, 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 clap.
Appreciate that. Thank you. I've got one more. I actually wrote this on the way here. I want to give a big shout out to the England football team. Tammy Abraham coming out and speaking about racism in football. Same thing with Lukaku, same thing with Sterling as well. Kick racism out of football. That's what the talk is about. How can I, when my brothers and sisters play in fields that you nickname stadiums, put in the cotton ball in the net for my masters? I have to master my skill whilst they utilize my skill. But see, the crowd is the one with the say. You see, the stadiums are no different to the coliseums. Remember the gladiators or the slaves of those days? There is no rule book for the racism. There ain't no play-by-play. Where's your tactics for those statistics? You gonna curb the racism of today? You see, they take my people and brandish them in the image and rights of the branding lights, and they spotlight you for the masses of hatred that is inbred into the fabric of football society. Taking the love of your art form and they're just painting it with blackface. They love your skill, but they hate your skin. They make you tug a war between your residency and your origin. And all the while they play the puppet strings, hoping your blackface melts to show that Caucasian blend. Discriminate until you disintegrate. You see, they're trying to take away your mind until your mind has been mellowed in and you can recite those pre-written bars to the media till it seeps into the fabric of your muscle, and that's before you try to kick it out. They would rather kick out your blackness. You're a servant to the game where pain is brought. If the shade of your shade doesn't match the skill set, they may heckle your desire to play, but the words are only skin deep. 90 minutes can leave the fans gasping for breath. I guess those monkey chants will knock the wind out of you. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Nah. Sticks and stones may shatter your outer shell of a man, but words will disintegrate your mental stability. So play the offside trap whilst they keep your skin trapped between your rights and what's right, and all you can do is hang back. Don't you need a club to enter with you back to tackle discrimination with every counter-attack? Separate organisations giving you a subsidiary hope of achievement, taking aim like David's slim shot against the Goliath you play for, you wait for, you play for. So as you take that shot like the AK-47 firing, so you can pick the ball up out of the net. But the image of the AK-47 has fired the distress beacon to capsize your credentials of humanity and shade your skin with insanity. Sterling, is it your blackness that makes you shoot for real? Nah, I swear shoot was in your deal. Not every black man is a thug criminal. So as you take your shot with your gun, knowing full well you're not a defender, running around to the sound of the opposition chants, I know you just want to play football. So why do they view you with curious eyes like you're George? Even when you stand, you're still seen as odd. ready to attack you with passive blades for your back, assassinations of attack. They smile with emphatic innocence of a child, but the dark secrets are covered up like the nursery rhymes. FIFA, full fun. Boy, I smell the blood of a black boy. We cannot get past the skin to see the skill. Lukaku, was it really worth the mills? Was it €1 for one banana? Was that the clause in the fans' ticket deal? Did they back you up for real? Or did they back you up to fail? Do you fight for the colours of the cloth? Or do you fight for the colours in your chest? The shirt you wear may be half your colour, but did the fans see you as just a colour? See, yellow cards are being issued for a foul, whilst they throw yellow banana skins to issue that you are foul, but the scars get deeper when the red appears. You see, we walk away with boos and sometimes cheers. And the pundits, they condemn us for a foul action. But on the streets, there's no walking when the red appears. Bathed in red till our skin turns red, and the only comments you hear on the media is a reflection of racism buried skin deep. You've been bathed in the blood of racial hate. Your liver cannot clean this pool, burnt with charcoal skin, and the only way for you to fit in is to be united. But on the other side of the city, where the sky is blue, you can reduce your darkness to get that money up. And no matter how many times you sing like the canaries, wishing for greener pastures, we know your colour is just too dark for the yellow sun. So no matter how many times you wish for a brightened future, the only time you're allowed to dream of unity is when you see stained black and whites in Newcastle. They don't think of you as diamonds, only crystals, and make you believe you live in that palace. But when it's time to stand for black, just remember they have an alternative shirt. So as you play the field Negro and watch them come with an arsenal, and you stand united, perceived as the devil in the shirt, they will always stoke the flame of the game, hang black, and watch the wolves come. Reimburse in the field Negro. Let's throw the plantations we stole at him. We're gonna make him feel like his cousins are in the crowd. Like Darwin's theory only applies to the blacks. So as you stand in the field playing box to box while you feel box, just remember the value of who you are. Your skin and your skill are two different credentials. So as you run off to the sound of protest in your heart and racism in your ears, just make sure they don't have you running your whole life. I want to give a shout out to Tammy Abraham, definitely, for coming into the paper and talking about the racism. I like that. I like Satan will be calm, who's saving his standard.
Absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys were locked in for that one. Absolutely great. That was the Rohan Samuels. Give a round of applause, everyone inside, for the Rohan Samuels. This is what it's actually about supporting each other and making each other grow, yeah? So we see anyone that's with their talents, this is what we do, we try and bring it forward, yeah? So we're going to play a couple more tunes. Or actually, Ryan, do you want to do another one? Because yeah, we'll do another one and then we'll put some music on. Then we're going to have these hot rappers coming on, just going to smash up the place. Absolutely fantastic. Let's do this.
I know there's a couple people listening that are born from the 90s as well. I'm a 90s baby, 1990, fresh off the press. But I want to give this one to the youth, especially I'm a teacher as well. And I found out a couple of weeks ago one of my students died. Alright, so enough love out there for him as well. This one's called I Apologise from the 90s. See, my generation should be the fever to the youth. Like my father's father to his father's father. We need to rise and make our presence felt. The millennial generation isn't the same as the 90s babies, feeling like Malcolm in the middle. We were brought up between times where Microsoft reigned supreme. The notebook was your best friend. Blackboards and whiteboards being chopped and changed in schools like a racist debate. We were the pen pal to your email, textbook to your iPad, play snake to your phone apps. Now I understand J. Cole's middle child. We were a generation who was subconsciously forced into a thought that we would not make it in life, like we were the last of its kind. 90s sprung, as if we were to rise a Terminator to bring about termination. So I apologise to the youth, because as we had to start from the below the bottom, caught in a tug of war between old and new, and we forgot who was growing up after us, because we were so determined to right the wrongs of our nation. So as we decided to plug the gap between right and wrong, the nation decided to create wrong from your rights and gave you those IKEA quick fix products with no instructions. So instead of building the right life, you just built a life and hoped you were right without knowing you were descending, and it was up to my generation to help guide your person. Yet we were blindsided by our own faults, and you could say that resonated into your faults. And those are the higher ups that created faults. They sit in the stands and they let the show proceed. But now you have a responsibility to help the youth's youth, and I'm so sorry I never followed that fashion. Take note of the fact that what's wrong ain't right. You cannot solve every problem with the bladed anger of a knife. Crime is not cool to the new school of fools that use this as a tool in order to make sure that they're seen and not heard. Social media has given you the platform to show a voice and a face. And no matter how many times you twerk on that camera, it will never equate to your intelligence. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry I never gave you the time to grow with worldly understanding. I'm sorry I never showed you the platform that was handed to me before being taken away. I'm sorry I never showed you how to invoke your senses to push through boundaries of opposition. I'm sorry I never took the time to show you my true feelings until I became of an age of wisdom. You see, you may be young, but you're not young-minded. You may feel oppressed, but you ain't no slave. You've got the opportunity to be born again from the belly of the underdog with that phoenix-like resilience, to show people that you are not what the media claim you are. False claims from false prophets elected are not words from your mouth. They're not your social media representative to voice your views through electronic screens. So I'm sorry. I truly am. I wish I could go back in time, but that technology ain't mainstream yet. So I'm going to use my words and my voice to show you what's right from wrong, until you can practice what's right from wrong. And I'm going to give you that comfort that my black mother showed me. Take the media flung statements away from your title. Listen, I'm on here, but I don't want to be nobody's idol. I'm just the lighthouse that's prepared to show you the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was absolutely fantastic. Rohan Samuels, look out for him. Where can they catch you?
You can catch me on social media on Instagram, poet_RS, Facebook, Lake Samuel. I had to change my name because the school kids kept on finding me on Facebook. I'm sorry. I've got a book coming out called Identify My Thoughts. So look out for that. It'll be all over the social media. And I'm just blessed to be here, man. I thank you. I appreciate everything you guys have done. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yo, Teddy, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, nigga, that's what we do. UWC. It's on the brand new talent.